today, which is fun. All right. Okay, guys, we're getting started. It's about to stream on Facebook, and then the party officially begins. And I'm excited. This is gonna be so much fun. So we're gonna start in like less than a minute. I just want to jump on really quick and say welcome everybody to the Secret Webinar Hacks presentation. This is one that I am really excited to be bringing to you guys, and it's something that this is kind of like one of those impromptu webinars where literally we're working on this new webinar funnel. And as I'm working on this webinar funnel, I'm going through and I'm trying to think like, hey, what are all the cool things we've done in the past that have worked? Because sometimes, have you ever had the problem before where you have something that works really good and then you do something different and you forget about all the stuff that works? Like, I don't know why us as entrepreneurs would do that all the time. And so I wanted to make sure that that we were getting all the best practices, all the things we figured out in the past to make sure we had them all done and working. And so we literally, as I was building out this new webinar funnel, I started looking at everything and I found like these gems, like 7 things that were amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And this is, was it Monday or Tuesday? I'm like, we should do, let's do a webinar to show everybody this stuff. And everyone's like, what's the point of it? I'm like, I don't know, just to show everybody cool stuff. How many of you guys want to see cool stuff? If you want to see cool stuff, let me know in the chat box, down in the comments down below. Say, Russell, I want to see cool stuff, because that's gonna help me know if you guys are in. You wanna be learning this cool stuff with me. All right, so that's what you want to do. If you want to learn some cool stuff, that is what today's presentation is all about. I titled it Secret Webinar Hacks, and this is not like an exclusive list of all possible and potential webinar hacks. Maybe we'll do part 2 and 3 and 4 in the future, but these are 7 that I think are really powerful. Some of you may have heard before, some are going to be brand new, and so I want to just kind of give you a whole bunch of things. Some of you may have seen me do, and you're like, why is Russell doing that? Like, what's the purpose? Like, what? I don't understand why he's doing that thing, but you're going to see behind the scenes of like, oh, that's why he's doing it, right? And so that's kind of the game plan, and I'm going to be sharing you guys this stuff, and hopefully get a bunch of ideas and some cool things. So if you guys want that and you're ready for it, down in the comments down below, say, bring it on, Russell. I'm ready. Let's rock and roll. Let's go through some secret webinar hacks, okay? All right, so the number of webinar hacks we covered, like I said, are 7. So I'm going to double check and make sure everything's working. All right, you guys are excited. Okay, it's going to be fun. So I'm going to have you guys start writing these things down, okay? Let me pull up my screen real quick so you can see my presentation I have been working on with you guys. Okay. Boom. Are you guys able to see my presentation right now? If you can see my presentation, if you see my slides, say yes in the comments. All right, you guys are here. Okay, I'm excited. So secret webinar hacks, that's what we're talking about today. So my goal is in the next hour to go through these things with you guys, okay? So again, I titled the 7 virtually unknown secrets to get more people to first off show up to your webinars, okay? That's half of it, how do you get people to actually show up? And the second half, how do you get them to actually buy what you are selling? Now, all the things that we've been talking about today don't have anything to do with the actual webinar presentation itself. Okay. And so this is kind of cool. Like, obviously, if you want to geek out on like how to create the right webinar, like I've got so much training. You got the Expert Secrets book. There's a ton of stuff that teaches that. That's not what this is about. These are hacks that happen inside of your sales funnel to get more people to show up and then to get more people to actually buy. Like I said, this is not an exclusive list of all possible or all potential webinar hacks. This is just 7 that I found as I was working on my new webinar. The things that I've known we had success in the past, and I kind of forgot about them. And as I was building out this new webinar funnel, I'm like, oh, I forgot about this one and this one. We started bringing these things back in, and I just got excited and said, I want to jump on a web class and just go over these things with everybody. So that's kind of the game plan, and I hope that works. Okay. Someone says, please speak slowly and take a breath. I will do my best. But I get excited. It's so hard, you guys. Anyway, okay, let's jump into this. You guys ready for this? Here we go. All right, so I'm going to be talking to you guys about the customer's lifeline. Okay, this is like when a customer first sees your ad, right? They're on Facebook or Instagram, they're scrolling, and all of a sudden they see your ad. That's the beginning of this lifeline, right? This lifeline with you. And they go through this process, and there's going to be things happening inside the lifeline, right? They click on the ad, they go to this page, then this page, then this page. Like, here's all the things that happen in this customer journey, okay? And so everything we talk about today is going to be affecting part of this customer journey. And what you understand, sometimes I think about these things like the butterfly effect, right? You guys know the concept of the butterfly effect? I'll probably misquote this, but the concept is basically like a butterfly flaps its wings in San Francisco, which causes, the wind to blow, which causes this and causes all these things that eventually over time creates a tsunami on the other side of the ocean, right? Or something like that, right? So there's these little tiny tweaks that cause huge changes over time. Right? Same things like small hinges that swing big doors, right? The hinge is only moving this far, but it moves this huge door. And so each step in this customer journey is like a little hinge, right? And what's interesting is you make these little tweaks, little changes that increase your conversion by 3%, 5%, 10%. And at first it may not seem very, very big, right? It's like this little tiny change. But as you go from like 10 clicks to 100 to 1,000 to 1,000,000 clicks, those little changes end up being huge over time. I heard an analogy one time of a pilot, and a pilot was flying a plane. He said, like, if I'm flying somewhere and if I change the direction where I'm going by like 1 degree, at first you don't even notice it, but over 2,000 miles, you end up in a completely different destination, right? So that's what these concepts are, these butterfly effects, these little small tweaks I'm going to talk to you guys about are all just basically that, right? These little tweaks that swing huge doors, okay? All right, so the very first little tweak that I want to share with you guys, and this one is so simple, so easy, so tiny, okay? But secret hack number 1 is called landing page curiosity. Again, this is like the most simple, easy thing in the world to do, to be able to figure out and to use. And it's just this little tiny tweak that has this huge shift, right? That moves things around. Okay. So landing page curiosity. So how many of you guys, when you have a webinar, you got a landing page, right? Someone clicks on an ad, they land on the landing page, and this is the first introduction. This is where they're trying to decide, am I going to register for the webinar? But they're also thinking, am I going to register and actually show up? Okay, those are the things. So that's the questions going through the head. So the very first thing that's important is landing page curiosity. Okay, if you've seen some of my landing pages over time, this is the landing page that built ClickFunnels. Okay, and notice a couple things. There's this weird picture of Russell in this weird sepia tone where he's holding a picture with his fingers like this. Like, what is that? Like, just weird, right? Like, causes curiosity. Okay, the subject line at the time was my weird niche funnel that's currently making me $17,947 per day, and how to ethically knock it off in less than 10 minutes. The headline like causes curiosity, right? You're like, what is he talking about? Like, what is the weird niche funnel? Is it really making that much money a day? And how do you ethically knock something off? And how do you do it in 10 minutes? There's like 4 or 5 curiosity points jammed into that one headline, right? Which is why so many people registered and then they had to show up. This is the key. Okay, they registered, but then they had to show up to get the answer to these questions. The 4 questions that raised, right? What is the funnel? Did it really make that much money? How do you ethically knock something off? And how do you do it in 10 minutes? 4 curiosity open loops that can only be answered if they actually show up to the training. Okay, so now they're going to register. My registration rate was insanely high, and then my show up rate was insanely high because people had to get the question answered. I caused so much curiosity in their mind, they couldn't sleep at night till they showed up. Okay, here's another one. How to get all of your sales letters, scripts, and webinar slides and email ads written in as little as 10 minutes without hiring an expensive copywriter. Okay, again, how does that work? How's that possible? Like in 10 minutes, like all this curiosity, right? On this page, if you were to click on that video, it just opens up the opt-in box. Like there's a video, you click on it, like you can't actually see it. It's a weird picture. Why is Jim got a unicorn shirt on? Like just curiosity, okay? There's not a lot on this page. There's not like a million things. It's like image, headline, that's it. Raw curiosity. Okay, this is the one that got you guys to sign up for today. Like almost 6,000 people registered off of this. 7 virtually unknown secrets to get more people to show up to your webinars and actually buy what you're selling. And there's a picture of me like this with my hands and these swirly things. And you're just like, what in the world is happening, right? It causes curiosity. So because of the curiosity, number 1, you have to register. Number 2, you have to actually show up. Okay. So that is part number 1. Let me show you guys some practical examples. So this is Mike and AJ. These are some of my friends that were in my inner circle for probably 4 or 5 years. And they got a really cool business. And I remember one of the inner circle meetings they came and they had just launched their webinar funnel. And they said, Russell, here's our webinar funnel. It's not doing very well right now. Can you fix it? And I looked at the page real quick and said, okay, free webinar from Mike Schmidt, web design marketing agency owner. I saw the headline, how to add 6 figures to your web design business by copying my secret methods for helping companies get more real 5-star reviews without spending a lot of time or money. Okay, that was their the original landing page. And I said, okay, well, it's funny. People always ask me, can you fix my funnel? I'm like, well, what are the numbers? Like, let me go find them. So they brought back the numbers and said, okay, right now it's costing us $24.85 to get somebody to register. Almost $25 to get somebody to put their email address in to this page, which is crazy, right? And then from that, they only had 22.4% of people who actually showed up. And so they're asking me, should I change our webinar? Should we like do different ads? Like, all the different questions that kind of come with that. I said, no, don't do any of those things. I was like, right now, when I look at this page, okay, let me read it again. How to add 6 figures to web design business. Okay, that's pretty cool. Like if I had a web design business, I'm like, sweet, that's awesome. By copying our secret method for helping companies get more real 5-star reviews. What just happened? My curiosity just got shut. What am I going to learn? I'm going to learn how to get companies real 5-star reviews. A couple things happen at that point. Number 1, now I'm not curious. I'm like, okay, the webinar is going to teach me how to get 5-star reviews. And then in my head, I'm like, I already, especially if I own an agency, I'm like, oh, I already know how to do that. Oh, I'm good. I don't need this, right? It's because of that, their registration rates drop down, which makes their costs go up because people don't have any curiosity. Like, oh, I think I know what it is. If they can read the headline on your landing page and think they know what's going to happen, they are not going to register. And number two, they're not going to show up. That's why the show up rate was so low. And I said, if I was you guys, instead of telling them exactly what this is and closing this curiosity loop, what if instead you didn't tell them what it is and tell them what it's not? I said, just change that one thing. Just change the headline. Just make them to the headline to give me more curiosity so I don't know what it is. Because if I don't know exactly what it is, but it increases my curiosity, then number one, I have to register. And number two, I have to show up, right? So here's the numbers again. $24, you actually write this down. $24.85 per registrant, 22.4% show up rate, okay? So then they changed it. And the only thing they changed was increasing the curiosity on the registration page. No, same picture, same everything, but the headline took away the closing of the curiosity loop and kept it open. Okay, so here checks out how I added 6 figures to my web company by adding this one easy to offer service that doesn't require cold calling, spending lots of time and money, or requiring extra resources. And no, it's not Facebook ads, SEO, email marketing, website, social media, graphic design, digital marketing, or photography or video. Register now to find out what it is. What? Now you see that? Now you're like, wait. So if I'm an agency owner, I'm like, okay, maybe I probably know what it says. Be like, okay, well, it's not SEO, it's not Facebook, it's not like, crap, what is it? I have to know like this. Now I'm curious, like, what is the thing? It's not the things I thought it was going to be. It's something completely different. I have to register to find out. Not only do I have to register, I have to show up or else I'm not going to find out either. Okay, now there's this huge loop that just got opened. Okay, so how I added 6 figures to a web company by adding this one easy to offer service that doesn't require cold calling, spending lots of time and money, or required extra resources. No, it's not Facebook ads, SEO, email marketing, website, social media, graphic design, digital marketing, photography, or video. Okay, you guys get this? And then also, join Live and we'll share the strategy that allows you to generate quality leads while on the webinar. The current record is 15 leads in 58 minutes. Okay, there's so much raw curiosity. Like I'm freaking out. So let me show you guys again before. Numbers before, no curiosity. All the curiosity loops were closed. $24.85 to get one person to register, almost $25, and only 22% show up rate. They shifted it just adding curiosity. It went from $25 to $5.84 per registrant. 1/5 the cost by making a curiosity open loop. Okay. And now, so that's number one. So you got way more registrants for the same amount of money, 5 times as many registrants as they were getting before. And the second thing, they went from 22% show up rate to 31.7% show up rate. Now it was driving them crazy. They had to figure out what is the answer to these loops that he just opened on the registration page. I can't understand it. And now they show up because they need to get the question answered. Curiosity. That's the first thing I want to share with you guys. Okay. And, if you look at any of my landing pages, you notice here's another one we got. We've uncovered a new secret funnel strategy that almost nobody knows about that helps help businesses grow from startup to 2 comma club winner faster or insanely fast. Okay. Another one here. How this flat broke newbie entrepreneur launched her online empire straight from her kitchen table with no product and zero technical experience and changed the lives of over 1.3 million followers in just 3 years. Raw curiosity, right? After 2,000 funnels and 70,000 split tests, here's what we learned. 3 simple tweaks our top members use to instantly boost sales by 540% without driving any extra traffic. What are these things? I must know. The curiosity is driving me nuts, right? So far, 787 ClickFunnels users have earned a 2 Comma Club award. What do they know that the other 100,000 users don't know yet? How would you like me to hand you the exact blueprint showing what the top 1% of ClickFunnels users are doing differently that the other 99% are not for free? Boom. Okay, you see I'm weaving this in every single time. I'm opening a big question, but I am not solving it. Okay, and by doing that, I get way more leads coming in. Okay, my cost drops down, and then people have to show up because they can't figure out the answer unless they actually come on. Okay, so that's secret hack number 1, you guys, landing page curiosity. Okay, now again, this is the little butterfly effect, right? Someone clicks on your ad, they go to the first page of your funnel. If it's costing you $25 to get somebody to register, right? That's like going one direction. You drop it to $5, now you got 5 times as many people coming for the same amount of money over the next, 100 leads, 1,000 leads, 10,000 leads, 1,000,000 leads. It takes you to 2 completely different destinations. Same thing, a 22% show up rate versus a 31% show up rate. You end up in completely different destinations when all said and done. Okay. Sometimes we're all looking for the big, huge change, but it's not. It's these little butterfly effect, these little tweaks at each step that change everything for you. Okay. Does that help? All right. So that was number 1, was increasing curiosity in landing page. You guys liking this so far? If you like it, let me know in the comment box. I want to know. All right. Cool. You guys are getting pumped. Awesome. Okay. You guys want number 2? That's 1 of 7. All right, here comes number two. Secret hack number two is what we're calling our registration page survey. This is something we did actually right when coronavirus first started. We did this on a webinar we did, and it killed it. Okay, so check this out. Here's the landing page. Okay, when someone registers, the pop-up comes up, and before they put in their email address to register for the webinar, it says, hey, please tell me the number one thing in your business that's currently holding you back. And it has three options. Number one, I don't have a funnel yet. Number two, my funnel doesn't convert. Or number three, I need more traffic for my funnel. Okay, so these are the three questions I ask. Now I'm curious for you guys, why would I ask these questions? What do you think is my purpose and my reason? Why would I ask these three questions? Any ideas? If you have ideas, let me know in the comment box down below. Like, here's an idea. I got an idea, Russell. I think this one might be. I want to know where your things are. Okay. So I asked them three questions. Now, if you look at the next slide here, here's the three questions again. I don't have a funnel. My funnel doesn't convert. And I need more traffic for my funnel. Now, if you think about my current business, if someone doesn't have a funnel yet, which one of my books would I recommend they read? I'm like, oh, you don't have a funnel yet? You should go read the .com Secrets book. If they're like, I have a funnel, but my funnel doesn't convert yet, I'm like, oh, you should read the Expert Secrets book. If they're like, I have a funnel, but I need more traffic, I'm like, oh, read the Traffic Secrets book, right? So for me, what we do when someone comes through this registration page and they tell us which one of these problems they're having, we have three different thank you pages on the next page. Okay. So thank you page number one, if they say I don't have a funnel yet, it says, cool, this is Russell. Thank you so much for registering for the web class. Now you told me the biggest problem you have right now is you don't have a funnel yet. What are you thinking? If you don't have a funnel yet, you need to go get a free copy of my book, .com Secrets, okay? Now, it's not going to show up before the webinar starts, but when the webinar is over, by about that time, it's going to show up, and then you'll have the key that's going to help you with the number one thing you're struggling with, which is a funnel. So click down below and go get a free copy of my book. They scroll down, they click on it, they get taken to .comsecrets.com, they get a free copy of my book, they go through that funnel, they buy the upsells, the downsells, and I make money on every single person that registers, okay? But if they tell me my funnel doesn't convert, I don't take them to this thank you page. I take them to the thank you page that says, cool, your problem is your funnel doesn't convert. It means you don't know how to tell stories, the video messaging, all the stuff you're missing. And so because of that, if your funnel's not converting, then the book you need to read is called Expert Secrets. I'm going to give you guys a free copy. There's a link down below. Now, obviously, it's not going to show up before the webinar starts, but order it now. That way when the webinar is over, this book will show up and it'll solve the biggest problem you're having in your business right now. Click down below. They click down below, they go to expertsecrets.com, they go through that book funnel, they buy the product, they get the upsells, the downsells, and I make money off of that. Right? Or number three, if they're like the biggest problem I have in my business that I don't have traffic, I take them to a completely different landing page, which is, cool, you told me your biggest problem was you don't have traffic, you should go down and get the Traffic Secrets book, blah, 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 right? Okay, you see how this works? So for you guys, I want you to start thinking, what are the different products and the services and the things that you have that you can offer your clients, right? If you've got a product or maybe two or three, depending what it is, and start thinking, okay, if someone's struggling with this is what I'll take them. Struggling with this, I'll take them here, and struggling here, this, take them here, right? You figure that out and then ask them, like, what's the biggest thing holding you back from success, right? If you're in the weight loss space, like the biggest thing I have holding back from success is I don't know what foods to eat, or I don't know how to do cardio, I don't know how to do whatever, right? You've got different front ends. You got a front end funnel for the cardio, you have a front end funnel for the nutrition, a front end funnel for weightlifting, whatever it is, and you can kind of move them to that thing. Okay, now, as cool as this is, right? This is like a ninja trick. I want to show you guys the results of this. Because what's crazy about this is this little survey made it so that almost all the people registering for my webinar come to me for free. Let me show you the stats, okay? So as we ran this webinar, it's been running since about the time that coronavirus is. What's that, March, April? So far in this funnel, as of yesterday, we generated 51,689 leads. That's how many people have registered for the webinar. Okay. On average, I'll show you kind of numbers here in a minute. On average, the quiz makes $2 per lead. Okay. That means someone registers my webinar and I make $2, like boom. Okay. So it might cost me $3 to go and get somebody to register for the webinar, but I make $2 back immediately. Okay. Sometimes it costs me $2 to get a registration. I make $2 back immediately. I'm break even before the webinar even happens. Are you guys getting this? Okay, so through this funnel, 1,421 .com Secrets books were sold, 513 Traffic Secrets books were sold, and 239 Expert Secrets books were sold. Now, when people go through that funnel, they buy the audio book and the upsells and the downsells and everything. The total revenue I made from the book funnels before anyone ever showed up to the webinar was $103,613. Okay, so almost $2 per lead is what we made. Okay. And sometimes people ask me, Russell, how in the world are you able to spend so much money on advertising all the time? I see your ads everywhere. And the reason why is because my advertising is self-liquidating. Okay. It may cost me $3 to generate a lead, but I make $2 before the webinar even starts. And the webinar happens, and I make an extra 10, right? Whatever that thing is. So I'm profitable very, very, very quickly. Does that make sense? So that's why the registration page survey is such a powerful ninja strategy that all of you guys should be using. Now, let's say you don't have 3 products yet or 3 front ends or whatever. That's okay. Wait, maybe you only have 1 right now. You can still do the same process with some registers, and then the thank you page say, hey, the biggest thing that you're going to need before you show up at the webinar is this. In fact, for those who don't know, that's how we built ClickFunnels initially. The very first webinar registration page we had for ClickFunnels, they register for the webinar. Then the thank you page say, hey, before the webinar starts, make sure you get a ClickFunnels account. It's a free trial. Make sure you get it. That way you get the ClickFunnels account and you'll be prepared for the webinar that's happening later on this week. Okay. That trial on the thank you page for ClickFunnels is what literally built ClickFunnels. Okay. So I want you guys to understand that. In fact, if you look at the first 12 months of ClickFunnels, we ran almost all the traffic through the webinar. After 12 months, we had 2,500 people that paid the $1,000 for the 6-month version of ClickFunnels. But then 7,500 people had taken the trial on the thank you page and stuck. So our first 10,000 members, 3/4 of them came from the thank you page trial, and 1/4 of them came from the actual webinar sales as well. Okay, you guys getting this? So if you only have 1 product, just put it on the thank you page. If you got 2, ask them a question. If you got 3, ask them a question and take them to the thing that's going to help solve the problem that they're struggling with the most. That way you get your money back before the webinar even starts. All right, how do you guys like secret hack number 2? Okay, can you see how this is another amazing little butterfly effect? If all of a sudden, instead of spending $5 per lead, I get 2 of them back or $3 back because of my thank you page, right? How much more money can you spend? You can spend more money. Now you look at what happens over the next month, 6 month, year. It changes everything. The whole dynamics of your business are different because of that. Does that make sense? All right. You guys are liking this. And that's just 2. I've got 4 more. Wait, 5 more. I said 7, right? Yeah, I got 5 more. Okay. There's 2. Okay, you guys ready for the next one? If you are ready, we'll dive in. Number 3, secret hack number 3, pre-seduction videos. We used to call these pre-frame videos. And then one time, Garrett J. White, I was talking to him and he said, no. He's like, these are not pre-frame videos. These are pre-seduction videos. He's like, if you want to go on a date with your wife, if you show up to the date, right, the date's going to be good. He's like, if you want your wife to be more excited, you seduce her throughout the day. You send her text messages, you give her calls, you do cool things ahead of time. The same thing happens with the webinar. If you want your potential prospect to buy from you on the webinar, you need to seduce them ahead of time. You need to get them excited, create some passion, right? So he calls them pre-seduction videos, what I think was funny. But you can call them pre-frame videos, call them whatever you want. But these are videos someone gets before the webinar actually starts. In the initial ClickFunnels webinar funnel that we launched 6 years ago now, that's our 6-year birthday, I wanted to show, before people on the webinar, I wanted people to see how simple it actually was. So we made these 3 pre-seduction videos. And on the right-hand side of this video, you can see this is Chris Crusher. He was my main funnel builder and designer before ClickFunnels he's been with me now for like 15, 16 years. But before ClickFunnels, he was the guy who's building all of my funnels for me, right? The left-hand side is Mandy Keene. And Mandy is one of my head coaches. She's my own personal coach. She's amazing. And she also has 0 technical skills whatsoever. And so I thought, this would be kind of a fun thing to do. Is like, what if we rented out an MMA gym and we filmed these 2 competing, Mandy versus Chris, trying to build a funnel to see if my professional funnel builder of a decade could build a funnel in Photoshop faster than Mandy could build it on ClickFunnels. So we rented this MMA gym. We got him in the middle of the octagon, and we did these pre-seduction videos of them building out funnels. And it was so much fun. Video number 1, we talked about what, here's what the funnel was going to be. In the video 2, we had them sit down and start fighting it out like this in the middle of the octagon. In video number 3, we crowned a winner. Mandy ended up beating Chris, and she built all 5 pages of her funnel in the time that Chris was still working on the design of page number 1. And it was just a fun thing to show people like, oh my gosh, you don't have to be technical and you can have success with ClickFunnels, right? And so these videos, someone registered for the webinar, they got video number 1, right? The first video. Then the next day they got video number 2. Next day they got video number 3. Then when they showed up to the webinar, they were prepared, right? We'd seduced them ahead of time. They were ready for us. They weren't just coming in cold. They had all this social proof, these evidences that what we were talking about was true. Does that make sense? Okay. So check this out. With the last webinar we did something very similar. Okay. And if you follow my webinar formula, I talk about the 3 secrets and then the stack and the close, right? So what I did is my pre-seduction videos were literally me talking about each of the secrets. Secret number 1, secret 2, secret 3. So I took a picture of the secret from my slides on my phone. I said, okay, you guys are registered for the webinar. Now I want to get you guys prepared and excited. So the first secret I'm going to tell you guys is this. And I read the secret on the phone and I explained it. This is why it's so exciting. This is why you're going to love it. I didn't tell them what it was. I just got them excited about what they were going to learn when they show up to the webinar. And I just told the story about, the benefits, what was going to happen, what they're going to learn, why they should be excited, the stories I was going to tell, and just got people excited. And that was video number 1. Okay, video number 2, they got the second one. Is like, I showed, hey guys, this is the second secret I'm going to teach you on the webinar. I showed what it was. I talked about why it was exciting, why they want to make sure they show up, why they don't want to miss it, the benefits of it, got them excited. In the video 3, I talked about the third secret. Okay, so each of these videos in this pre-seduction series are anchoring them to part of the presentation. Okay, because some people may say, oh, I already know number 2, or I already know number 1, or whatever. So I'm telling them these different pieces to get them excited. Okay, open up more curiosity, more curiosity loops of like, I got to figure out what in the world this guy's talking about. Like, these secrets seem so cool, and he's so excited. Like, I got to be able to show up to actually get the answers. Okay, so what happens, right? These pre-seduction videos do 2 things. Number 1, opens up more curiosity loops that they can't answer unless they show up live. So they've got to show up, right? So it opens up the curiosity loops. Number 2 is it warms them up. So when you do actually sell something at the end of your presentation, they're more likely to buy from you as well. Okay, so that's the pre-seduction videos. You see, I guess, how that's another simple butterfly effect? Okay, the first butterfly effect was registration page curiosity, how it shifts everything. Number 2, what was number 2? Do you guys remember? This is the pop quiz. Okay, number 2, after we got the pre-seduction videos, number 2 was the registration page survey. We were making money off every single person that comes through, right? And number 3 of these pre-seduction videos. Each of these things can turn the needle, right? You can get from getting 20% show up rate to 30. You can get your ad cost from $5 down to $3. You can get your registration rate from 18% to 40%. Like, there are all these little tweaks that dramatically change things over time. Okay. All right. Secret number 4. Wait, do you guys like secret number 3? If you like it, let me know down below. I want to hear it. Someone said, you guys talk fast. I know I talk fast because I'm so excited. I will try to talk slower, but it's not going to work because the more excited I get, the faster I get. I hope that's okay, because I'm jamming in like a week worth of training to you guys in an hour, because I respect your time. And if you miss it, you can go back and rewatch it a couple times. Okay. All right. You guys are loving it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate it. All right, let's move on to secret hack number 4. This is called the video spoiler box. Okay, now I want to rewind back in time. A lot of you guys have only been in this funnel world for the last year, 2 years, up to 5 or 6 years when ClickFunnels launched. Prior to ClickFunnels, there are people like me who are geeks who are building funnels. We were doing it in FrontPage and Dreamweaver and like Photoshop, and it was a nightmare to create them. But we see, because it took 3 months for us to build a single funnel, we would test all sorts of things in the process. One of the things that we found to increase the conversions the highest on a video sales letter is this thing that I call a video spoiler box. Okay, so if you look at this page right here on the left-hand side, there's a sales video, right? Someone come in there, they watch the video, and the video would teach them something, and at the end of the video, it would make them an offer, right? And so the videos did good, but over time, people got more and more sales videos, got harder and harder. And we thought, how do we hook people to get them to want to actually watch the video? And I saw a couple of marketers who started creating these things, and I was like, oh, that's it. That's genius. This video spoiler box. If you look at the video spoiler box, it shows you, it says, and basically what these are little hooks to get you to want to go watch the video and consume it to the end, right? So it says inside today's free presentation, and then there's 4 different things here. Okay, and it talks about it talks about the benefit and the feature of like the thing we're struggling with, and this I'm going to cover that in the webinar, and I'm going to cover this, I'm going to cover this, I'm going to cover this. Okay, so this video spoiler box is just anchoring parts of the video to make you want to go watch the entire video. Right. So in this example, this is one of my old pages. It was called Affiliate Evolution. I can't remember exactly what this product was, but the first part of the video spoiler box, the first little bullet point here says, are you fed up with others making money? Are you still struggling to make money online? Learn how they're building lists, getting traffic, and consistently making 6 and 7 figures a year online. That's hook. You're like, oh, I want to learn how to make 6 or 7 figures a year online. I got to watch the video. Right. Number 2, the 4 stages of affiliate evolution. Which stage are you currently in? Everyone goes through all 4 of these stages before they become a super affiliate. Learn how to skip these and go directly to stage 4. You're like, what are the 4 stages? Where am I? I have no idea. Boom, open curiosity loop. I have to watch the video to find out the answer to that question. I cannot answer it in my own brain. I have to watch the entire video, right? Okay, next one here. How to become a super affiliate. Don't settle for tiny commission checks. You'll no longer be content with small commission checks because you have the ability to make more money with less effort. What? I make more money from less effort? How do I do that? I must watch the video to find out the answer. I cannot figure that out on my own. Okay. And then number 4 here is want resale rights to the product, get resale rights, keep 100% profit. You get access to this product for $7, plus you also get resale rights, blah, 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 right? So it's like, what? I get resale rights for $7. Anyway, so you see I'm doing that? This video spoiler box is opening all these loops that can only be answered by actually consuming the video that I need them to watch. Okay. And I've been talking about these for a long time and nobody seems to do them. I don't know why, but video spoiler boxes work. I use them all the time on sales videos. Okay, so that's what a video spoiler box is. Now, how do we relate this to webinars? Okay, let me show you. So these are two of my automated webinar landing pages. Okay, now my auto webinars are long. They're anywhere from 90 minutes to 3 hours, depending on the webinar I have, right? So I've got to have a lot of hooks to get somebody to go back in and make sure they actually consume the video, right? So if you look right here, I've got the sales video and then it has things that says timestamps. And these timestamps are walking them through, these are hooks to make sure they go in and watch it, right? So timestamp number 1 here on the left-hand side, how to instantly outspend your competitors and capture more potential customers in your market. I say this in minute 153. You're like, oh, I've got to watch the first minute 53 because I don't need to find out the answer to that one, right? Then number 2, the life you want, the marriage you want, the family you want is going to be fueled by the businesses you built. Minute 11:22. You're like, oh, I need to find out what he's talking about. What's minute 11:22? Number 3, whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins. I talked about that 1648. Number 4, how to spy on your competitors' funnels and find out exactly what they're doing so you can do it better. At minute 27:05, right? So I'm going through, I'm giving all these hooks and talking about the minute that it's in the video. Now they have to watch the video to find out the answers to all these things. Okay, and it pulls them into this long presentation and forces them psychologically to watch it. If they don't watch it, they have these open loops that will drive them crazy. Okay, so you can see that the timestamps right here on this other, on the Funnel Builder Secrets one over here, same thing. I have timestamps, right? Timestamp number 1, why we invented the 2 comma club, 8 minutes and 8 seconds. Number 2, this is how online selling will be done in the future, starting now, 22 minutes 13. Number 3, create a buying frenzy by selling this first, 31:55. Okay, and I have these timestamps pulling you back into the video to make sure you actually watch the presentation. All right, you guys getting this? Yeah. If you like that one, comment down below. The video spoiler box, you guys. This is something that's been increasing conversions for funnels for me for over a decade, and nobody's using it in webinar funnels. I think I'm the only, actually 2 people. I saw Garrett J. White do it once. I was like, I never thought about doing it in a webinar. And so then I started doing it in my webinars as well. And it's huge. It gets people to actually consume the content because they can't buy your product unless they consume the content. So it hooks them and brings them in as well. All right. You guys are freaking out. I know, I'm excited too. That's literally the reason why I want to do this presentation. I'm like, these things are so cool and no one ever talks about them. Some of you guys are like, Russell, I have no idea what you're talking about. And that's okay. If you've never done a webinar before, maybe you're not ready for some of these advanced cool tricks and tips, but you'll be ready for them. Like you'll have them in the back of your head when you're ready for it. Okay. For those of you guys who are like, I'm in the middle of a webinar, I got a webinar, I got to fix all these things. Now you got ideas to help increase the conversions as well. Okay. So again, that was another little butterfly effect, right? Adding in the video spoiler boxes to pull people into your actual webinar should increase your conversions as well. And also, like I said, over time, boom, that increase the conversion. Maybe you go from a 3% watch rate to a 10% watch rate or whatever the numbers are. I don't know, 10% to 30%, right? You get 3 times as many people to actually watch the presentation. You should make 3 times as much money off that one little tiny butterfly effect. You guys get this? Like each of these little things are so small, they can have such a big impact. Right? On the registration page, you get twice as many people to register. You should make twice as much money. Is it worth figuring out how to make this thing more curious? Yeah. I double my conversion. I double my money. Right? If I get twice as many people to watch the presentation, I should make twice as much money. Right? It's like all these things kind of tie in together. Right? So there's the next butterfly. All right. Secret hack number 5. You guys ready? We got 5, 6, and 7. I think we got 3 more here. All right. Secret hack number 5. How many of you guys, everyone has their own preferred favorite way to consume stuff, right? So I'm curious. I'm going to do a poll right now in the comments. How many of you guys love to watch webinars or live videos? Like I like watching videos. I can see it. I can experience it. I want to watch it. How many of you guys, if you like watching live videos, put number 1 down below. I'm going to see how many of our number 1s, okay? If that's your favorite way, number 1, okay? I lost number 1s. Now, if you're like, I hate watching live video, my poll is probably going to be skewed since you guys are watching me live video right now, right? But I hate watching on a video. I love reading something, printing it out, having it on my iPad or having it physical, like having my hand. I want to read something. I like consuming and learning through the written word. If that's you, type in number 2. Number 2 means I like the written word. I like to actually read it or see it in front of me. All right, all my written word people are coming in now too. All right, we got that. How many of you guys are like, I don't like to watch it on video. I don't like to read it. I like listening to audios. Also, I listen to podcasts. I plug in my ear and I just want to hear things. If you like listening to the word, then give me number 3. Okay. Oh, we got 3. All right. Now you guys are all over like, oh, I'm like 1 and 3 and 2 and 1 and 1.5 times 6. Okay. You guys are all over the place. The thing you have to understand is that people learn through different modalities. Some people will only watch videos. Some people will only read and vice versa. Right. When I had that epiphany, I was like, okay, well, why are we only letting people watch a webinar? What if they don't want to actually watch the webinar? What if they don't, like, that's not how they consume, but man, if they could print out the webinar and sit on their couch and read it, they would read every single word and buy. Okay, so that was the thought process. And then I had a guy named Jay Boyer, who's a brilliant webinar mind, and he told me, he said what he did is after his webinars, he would take the webinar presentation and he would make a Cliff Notes version where we have a picture of the slide and like a paragraph that explained what each slide was about. And so when the webinar was over, he'd send people the replay and say, hey, here's the replay. And by the way, if you want the Cliff Notes, for those who don't want to read it, here's the Cliff Notes. And he would give them the Cliff Notes and people would download it and start reading Cliff Notes. And he showed me how big of an increase in sales he got from his Cliff Notes. I can't remember what it was. This is probably 5 years ago. We spoke at the very first Funnel Hacking Live sharing the strategy. And it went through the roof. Like, it was crazy how many people just read the Cliff Notes and ended up buying because of that. And it was cool. And so I love that. So for years, we used to do Cliff Notes for every single one of our webinars. Now, for our automated webinars that we are driving a lot of traffic to, I want to take it to the next tier. So what I did is I had somebody take my webinar and transcribe the entire thing. After we transcribed it, I went back through and I formatted it. So I pull up bullet points, right? So I made a headline and then bullet points. I put images for my slides and I turned it into a long form sales letter. Okay, you guys probably seen this before. And now when you go to my automated webinar funnels, there's a video there and there's a button that says read transcripts. Okay, and the other, sorry, one more for those who are the super nerds in the group. If you ever watch any of Agora's video sales letters, they do the same thing. If you're watching a video sales letter and you try to leave, it pops to say, hey, would you rather read the transcript? Click here. You know, Agora does like, I think $1.5 billion a year. They test everything. And so I saw them doing that. They said, you know, as you're leaving, like, hey, do you want to read the transcripts instead? You click on it and it's literally word for word the same as a video sales letter, but it's written like in a sales letter format with headlines and images and just a long form version. So I did the same thing. So when you come to my webinar, it's like there's a button that says read transcript. They click on it and it takes to literally the transcripts of my presentation, but cleaned up, right? So it looks better. It doesn't have me saying ums and ahs and just looks really, really good, but it turns into a sales letter. And now we send people there. Okay. And that is how we switch modalities. Now, a couple of things. When someone registers for the webinar, the first pass, I try to get them to watch the webinar. Then I try to get them to watch the replay. And then typically the third email I send out is like, hey, for those who haven't watched the replay yet, how would you like to get the Cliff Notes? Or how do you guys like to print out the actual transcript so you can just read it? And my third email then switches modalities and gets everybody to go and actually read the transcripts. Okay. And some people may watch the video and then the transcript's the thing that pushes them over. Some people may miss the webinar, but the transcript, they read them and that's the thing that pushes them over. Like, you never know what thing it's going to be. So try to give everybody all the different options. So for me on the replay page, if they want, they can click and go to read the transcripts. But then email number three is when I also introduce and give them a direct link. They can go and they can read it as well. Okay, so we switch modalities. Okay, another one here on the Funnel Builder Secrets webinar. They come here, they watch the video, and then right there on the site, so don't have time to watch the video, read the transcripts here. They click there, boom, takes them over, and there's a sales letter version of this presentation as well. Okay, all right. Yeah, someone said, how do you go ahead and transcribe? Two good companies. One is rev.com and one is temi.com, T-E-M-I. Both those are amazing. You send them your video. When it's done, and like a day later, like boom, there's a transcript. It's insanely cheap. You just have to clean some things up. And then from there, I copy it to ClickFunnels and I start just editing and copying and making it look amazing. So that's, rev.com, R-E-V.com or temi.com, T-E-M-I. Both of those will take your transcripts. Which is really, really cool. In fact, for my funnel hackers, that's how I funnel hack everybody's thing. If I see a really good video sales letter, I just take it, send it to Rev, they transcribe it, and then I have a swipe file of like, that was a really good video. I want to read what they did and how they did it. It's kind of cool. Okay, that was secret hack number 5. How many of you guys like number 5? How many are freaking out? You're like, I bet I could double sales by giving people 2 modalities to consume my content in, right? If I had twice making without to read the message, I could double my sales, right? It is insane. All these little tiny butterfly effects. You guys liking these? Are you guys getting this so far? Okay, again, one more butterfly effect, right? Another little tweak inside the sales process that can literally double how many people consume your message. If you double how many people consume your message, you should be able to double your sales as well. Okay? All right. This is fun, you guys. I'm really enjoying this. I hope you are enjoying as well. Okay, we're 40 minutes in. I got probably 10 minutes. I got 2 more secrets to share with you guys, and then I want to invite you to something really cool at the end if that's cool. You guys cool with that? All right. Here we go. Secret hack number 6. Okay, this is what I found in the past. This presupposes you've gone through any of my webinar training. You understand how I structure the perfect webinar, right? There's usually the one thing, which is my origin story. There's 3 secrets. And then at the end, we have a stack and a close where we go through the offer, right? Now, what I used to do in the past is that in my follow-up sequence, after someone's watched the webinar, I'd be like, go watch the replay, go watch the replay, go watch the replay. The problem, for them to watch the replay, they got to watch an hour of information and then they get to the stack and the close, right, where I'm actually selling them the product. And I kept doing that, and I started getting emails. People come back, especially when I'm like, "There's 3 hours left, or there's 2 hours left. So we're pulling everything offline." They're freaking out. They're like, I think I want to buy the thing, but I don't have time to watch a 90-minute webinar. Like, it closes in an hour. Like, what do I do, Russell? And they're freaking out. And so one day, I had my video guy said, "Hey, can you just give me a video clip that's not the entire webinar, but just give me just the stack and the close. So cut off the origin story, secret 1, 2, and 3, and just want a video that just has me going through the actual offer. That's it. That's all I want." So they took that out. They took that part of the video and then put it on a separate ClickFunnels page by itself that said, I think it was like whatever, something.com/the stack. And the video was there with the order button down below. And I sent an email to the list saying, "Hey, for any of you guys who like you've watched the webinar, you read some of the things, like you're excited, you know you want this, you just haven't had time yet to go through everything. I made a video really quick, just walking you through everything that's inside this offer, so you can go through it and just decide if this is right for you or not, because we're almost out of time. So just if you want to cut to the chase and figure out exactly if this offer is right for you or not, go watch the replay right now, go watch a recap of the offer right now." Okay, and the wording is important. The recap of the offer right now. And they click on the button, it goes to this part of the page, and this part of the page, the only thing you see now is the stack and the close. Okay? I'm assuming that between the pre-seduction videos, I'm assuming between the webinar, the transcripts, everything else, they've heard the message, and now I just got to get them over the edge. I basically got to be convinced of the offer, so I'm not doing anything else except for giving them just the offer. Okay. And so I send them there. It says, again, here's the page. Here's a quick recap of what we're going to get, what you'll get when you get started today. And then I start going through, and it's like a 30-minute video of me just going through the offer, doing the stack and the close, just like I do. It's literally just cut from the webinar. It's not like something new I made. It's just, I cut that part out, I plug it in there, and I send people there. They watch the offer, and then they click on the button, and we pick up a huge percentage of sales extra from those who for whatever reason didn't take action, didn't want to rewatch the webinar. They'd watched 30 minutes of it, live, and they just didn't want to come back and sit through the same 30 minutes again. So for whatever reason, they didn't consume it again. They just knew they wanted whatever the thing was. So I give them the ability now to bypass all the training, the secrets, the stories, and go directly to the offer. Okay. Now, again, this isn't upfront. This is like email number 1 is like, here's the webinar. Email number 2 is, here's the replay of the webinar. Email number 3 is, here's the transcript of the webinar. And email number 4, for example, would be like, hey, if you want to cut just to the exactly what the offer is, click here, right? It pushes now to the stack replay. All right. What do you think about that one? Some said, "Oh my goodness." Yes. Welcome to a whole new world, you guys. Again, that was just one little tiny butterfly effect. That again, if now you get an extra 20% or 30% of people to buy, how does that affect your webinar over the next month, 6 months, a year, or beyond? Okay. All right. Is that number 6? All right. I've got one more, you guys. Do you want the last one? I almost don't want to tell you the last one because I feel like our time together has been so much fun. But I actually have to get back. As some of you guys know, we're starting 2 Common Club Live event on Monday, and I've got another 2 days worth of prep time to get ready for that. So when this ends, I'm going diving deep into my presentations for that. Which, by the way, how many of you guys are coming to Common Club Live? Hopefully we got 10 of you guys coming. I know we got 2,000 or 3,000 tickets sold already. Yeah. All right. For those who don't know what 2 Common Club Live is, after Secret 7, I'll explain what it is, and I'll give you guys an official invitation and an insane bonus to make sure you come, because I want to make sure you guys are there. Because if you've had a good time in 40 minutes, can you imagine what we can do in 3 days together? It'd be insane. All right. Okay. Secret hack number 7. This is the social proof table rush. All right. How many of you guys have ever been to a live event and you see the speaker on stage, and the speaker's very good, and they start doing the thing, and they start selling, and all of a sudden you start looking around, and everyone's getting all excited and anxious, and all of a sudden someone pops up and they run to the back. The next person pops up and run to the back, and people start running to the back, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh my gosh, I should probably buy this thing." And then your neighbor jumps up against the back, you're like, "Okay, if he's getting it, I'm totally getting it." And you jump up and you run to the back, right? That is called social proof. Okay, it's one of the most powerful things we have when we're selling in a live environment. The problem is that most of us doing webinars are not selling in a live environment, right? We're selling through a camera, through a presentation. So how do we replicate that? So what I did, this was kind of an accident, and then it turned into one of the highest converting things, increased sales for us. So this is the webinar I did almost 2 years ago, and we had a lot of people register for this one. And so probably 2 hours before the webinar, I texted a whole bunch of people who I knew had gone through my training, had success. So you can see, if you look at this close, you can probably recognize some of these faces here. If you look there, there's Trey Ellen, Dana Derricks, Rachel Pedersen, Julie Stoyan, Brian Bowman, Liz Benny, Dave Kumbacha, Lindenbaum. We got Ryan and Brad and Chad and Alex and anyway, all these people, right? Dan Henry, just all these people who had a chance to go through ClickFunnels in the past, had success. And I called them and said, "Hey, I'm doing well right now. Can you just jump on in 2 hours at the end and just I want you to tell everybody your experience with this thing. Like, because people are a lot of times are scared to sign up because like, oh, what if it's not going to work for me? What if it's not going to work for me? And in 2 hours, all these amazing humans said yes. It was crazy. And so the webinar got done. And at the end, I said, okay, webinar's over, you guys, but I got some friends who want to talk to you. Let me log them all in. I clicked a couple buttons on Zoom, and all of a sudden, boom, all these like 20 friends logged in. And I just asked them, I said, okay, everyone is watching this right now. It was just like you a year ago, 2 years ago. You were freaked out. And you're like, should I buy this thing? Should I not buy this thing? And you know what to do. If you were talking to that person right now, what would you tell them? I'll give all you guys 5 minutes. And so then first Trey went and Dana went, right? And they talked about like, hey, I was on this webinar 3 years ago. I was scared to death too. Last money I had, decided to do it. Boom, changed my life. Since then, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. And then Danny comes on, dude, same thing. 2 years ago was when I saw it and I was freaked out, but then this happened, boom, boom, boom. Then Rachel came on. Rachel was like literally at the airport. She's like, hey, real quick, this is what happened for me. I saw the webinar 3 years ago. This is when I decided to take yes and blah, blah, blah. Here's how my life's changed. And then Julie did, and then Brian did, and then Liz. Everyone told their stories about how they were sitting in the same spot that person was in. They decided to take a leap of faith, and this is what life looks like now because of it. So I have a chance to hear the social proof table rush of 15, 20 people telling their actual stories. Okay. So we did that on the webinar, and that webinar that day crushed it. Like it was insane how many people bought, and we went in for almost an hour, everyone telling their stories. It was crazy. And so the webinar's done, it was over, and I was like, that was amazing. And then I was like, wait a minute. I want to show that video to every person who ever registers for a webinar for me for forever. And so I literally had my brother take the video. I said, hey, can you just clip this part and give me just the video file of the social proof table rush? Like I want to show it to every single person. He gave me video. I put it up on a page inside ClickFunnels, and now email number, I don't know, 5 or 6, whatever it is, just says, hey, my friends want to talk to you real quick. Or my friends want to talk to you about funnel hacking real quick. And the email says, hey, I know that you're kind of sitting on the fence. You're not sure. The cool thing is I've got a bunch of my friends together who've gone through this process, who are scared just like you probably are, and they want to tell you their thoughts. Click here. They click here, it takes them this page right here. They watch the video, and boom, I now have 15 people for an hour explaining to my prospect why they should take advantage of the thing that I'm offering them. And you get person after person after person after person. And it is the best social proof that I've ever seen. It's better than the social proof being in a live event when people are running to the back and all that kind of thing. It's social proof of peers, people who are just like them, who had the same fears as them right before they got on it. And then they took the leap of faith. And this is what happened because of that. Okay. So I call that the social proof table rush. So for you guys, how many of you guys have customers who have had success with you in the past? You can just jump on a Zoom call and do this live once, record it, and this thing can close sales for you day after day after day for the rest of your life. Okay? If you've ever had a single customer who's had success, then do it. Boom. What do you guys think about that one? Do you like secret hack number 7? Yeah. All right, you guys. So those were the butterfly effects, the 7 that I want to share with you guys today. Again, it's not an all-consuming, it's not every single, let me come back on camera for a second. It's not every single potential potential thing that could possibly be done, but there's 7 cool things I think most people are missing. All little things that can drive the needle, that can have huge effects on your webinar and your presentation. Okay. All right. With that said, are you guys cool? I'm gonna talk real quick. I got to go here in a minute, but we've got 2 Comma Club Live happening on Monday, and I want to invite you guys to. Are you guys cool if I spend 30 seconds kind of go through exactly what 2 Comma Club Live is and why you need to be there? You guys cool with that? All right. Let me do that then. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, secret webinar hack. So let me walk through this. So I want to make you guys a very special invitation. Okay. Actually, first of all, how many of you guys have been to Funnel Hacking Live? This is a live event where we get 5,000 people in a room, and it's like the most insane nuts thing ever, right? It is amazing. It is by far my favorite thing we do. And when we did Funnel Hacking Live earlier this year, and then when coronavirus hit, obviously everyone got stuck at home. And I think a lot of people left Funnel Hacking Live on a high, and then the coronavirus thing hit, and then they kind of dropped down, and they were everyone's lulled, not sure what to do. And so we put together our first ever 2 Comma Club Live. I streamed it from our offices directly to people's houses. And the first time we did, we had 5,000 people register, and it was amazing. And people, like families, like I encouraged everyone. In fact, the sales videos got my family with me, right? And so this is something you can watch with your families. If you have business partners, have them come to your house, and we're going to stream this event directly into your house. And I did it over 3 days. And by far, of all the things I think I've ever done, this is probably my favorite. And this is why. When I built 2 Comma Club Live, Funnel Hacking Live, you can hear from a lot of speakers talk about different things. When I built 2 Comma Club Live, I said, okay, if I was to take my mom or my brother or my kids or somebody, and I need to take them to a step-by-step process of what's the first thing you need to know and understand, the second and the third and the fourth, what would that look like? right? And I mapped out this entire timeline, and it's okay. Day number one, here's the first presentation, and then the second, and then day number, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this presentation. But man, funnel hacking like 4 years ago, there was this presentation that that Stacy Martino gave that was like the key for me to understanding it. Most people have never seen that because they didn't come to funnel hacking like 3 years ago, right? So I'm gonna take that presentation and we're gonna produce it right there, so that way in the right timeline, you can get that presentation from Stacy. I'm gonna come back to this, and then, oh my gosh, we had so-and-so this presentation. I'm gonna plug that in, and I build out this timeline that takes you from like, I don't know what I'm doing, all the way to like, by the time the 3 days are done, you understand more about funnels and business and online marketing than any person on earth. I would give this the equivalent of at least a PhD or an MD or whatever, I don't know, whatever the degree is. Like by going through this, like that's the level of understanding you will have at the end of it. Okay. And it's 3 days. It's intense. It's fun. It's exciting. And so again, we did it once, and at first we weren't going to do it again, but now that we're kind of getting towards the end of summer, all those sorts of things, I had this desire of like, I want to do it one more time this year. It was so much fun. I got a couple of tweaks and changes I wanted to make. And so because of that, we're going live again. I'm doing the 3-day 2 Comical Live one last time. It's the last time we'll do it this year. And it starts on Monday. Okay. And I want to make sure you guys go. So I'm going to bribe you. You guys cool if I bribe you? Who here likes bribes? Okay. I'm going to bribe you. So what I'm going to do is two things. Number one, I'm going to give you guys 2 bonuses. For any of you guys who get started today, and get registered for it today, I'm going to give you 2 bonuses. Now, one cool thing, I haven't told you this yet, you can literally come to the event and pay $0. So it's not something like 10 grand or 5 grand or even $1,000. You can come for $0. And I'll explain that here in a minute. But if you sign up today for $0, I'm going to give you 2 cool things. Number one, this is the product that me and Jason Fladlin did called the Webinar Blueprint. This is something Jason uses webinars as an affiliate to sell other people's products. And then I've used webinars to sell my products, right? And we both have different kind of perspectives on how to do webinars. And so we did this thing where it was going to be 1 hour of me consulting him on how to do my webinars and 1 hour of him consulting me. And that's how it kind of started. But then we tried to like one-up each other and turned into, I think, almost 4-hour-long interview. And it was insane. Like stuff I got from him that I'd never heard before, stuff he got from me, back and forth and back and forth. It was crazy. So this is a presentation. It's like 4 hours long that I'm going to give you guys if you get started today. Again, even if you decide for the $0 and don't end up paying anything ever, you will still get the webinar blueprint. This training is insane. It's amazing, and you are going to love it. And it's going to give you guys so many little intricacies to how to increase your webinars. And so that's one gift you'll get just for registering for 2 Comic Club Live. Okay, and the second one, I'm going to give you guys access to part of my 10X Secrets Mastery Program. So those who don't know, this is by far my personal favorite product I ever created. Same as heard the story. I had a chance to speak at Grant Cardone's 10X event, 3 years ago. There was 9,000 people in the room. I did my presentation and I set a world record. At the end of it, I sold $3.2 million worth of ClickFunnels in 90 minutes. Now, real quick, earning disclaimer, I guarantee you will not make $3.2 million. That's not the thing. I had insane amounts of things that worked for me. I had 9,000 people in a room. I had, I've been doing my presentation for 10 years. Like, you're not going to do something like that. But after I did the $3.2 million, Grant Cardone brought me back on stage and he said, do you guys see what Russell just did? He just broke a world record. No one's ever made that much money on stage in 90 minutes ever. I said, do you want to know how he did it? He said, Russell, what do you got for me? I said, okay, well, how many of you would be interested if I sat down and I showed you my slide deck? I said, okay, this is the first slide. This is what I said and why. Here's the second slide. This is what I showed it. This is what I said and why. Here's why I got you guys to do this. Here's why I got you to do this. Like, here's all the different things. Right? Some of you have seen my presentation, but you don't know why I do things. You don't know why I did this and this and this. And I said, who would be interested? And the audience went nuts. And we said, well, anyone who signed up for the package will give you guys a special training where I do that. And so what I want to give you guys is a second bonus. I'm going to give you guys that presentation. Okay. It's a presentation where I go slide by slide by slide and I show you what I did. Okay. And what's kind of cool, in fact, I push play on the video and I pause. Okay. This is why I did that. Notice how my hands moved. Notice how I was anchoring the stage. Notice how I was doing this and this. And like, I'm showing all the intricacies of what I did and why. I've never seen someone share this much detail. In fact, one of the guys in my inner circle, Nick Barely, he told me that he'd gone through every one of my webinar trainings. He bought expert secrets. He'd done everything. And he thought he understood what he was doing, what I was doing. And he does his own webinars. And he said, I watched this, you going slide by slide, and I realized I missed almost everything. I didn't get most of the things that you were talking about. And now I see them at such a deep level that I never saw it before. And so that's the second bonus. I'm going to give you guys access to that presentation as well. So those are the 2 bonuses. When you guys sign up for 2 Comic Club Live, you're going to get the webinar blueprint training. It's not available anywhere right now. And then the 10X Secrets will walk you guys slide by slide through my presentation so I can help you in your webinars. And all you got to do is go to 2 Comic Club Live right now and get your tickets to the live event that's starting on Monday. Okay. Now really quick, let me show you guys something. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second so I can pull up 2comicallive.com for those who haven't been there. All right. So I'm going to kind of pull the screen back up. All right. So this is twocomicallive.com when you come here. Actually, let me refresh it because this is important for you to see. My kids and my wife were on a sales video. If nothing else, just watch this. Nora's got the cutest slide ever and like made it so good. So this is a picture of Funnel Hacking Live and the energy and how exciting it is. And we wanted to stream it to your living room. So that's what Two Comical Live is all about, is bringing this experience of Funnel Hacking Live to you. Okay. But the coolest thing, like I said, about this is the fact that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. That means bring your family, bring your kids, bring your spouse. If you got a business partner, if you got a team, maybe you're like, hey, our team is struggling. We want to grow a company. Bring your entire team. Do it at your office. Watch it. I don't care how you guys watch it, but you can experience it from the comfort of your own home. Okay, it's 3 days. Starts on Monday. Day number 1. If you scroll out here, these are some of the guest speakers, like Prince EA. He's got over, I think, 3 billion views on his videos. Tom Bilyeu sold Quest for $1 billion. Like all these presentations you guys will get, which are amazing. I'm going to scroll down here because day number 1 is called Ignite. Okay, so Ignite is all about like, how do you get your business off the ground? So if any of you guys who have been struggling, who you're like, I've been trying this game for a week, for a month, for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years, you're not happy, you're not where you want to be, day number 1 is all about you. I'm going to help you to figure out the structure, the placement, what you're selling, how you're selling it, like how to ignite your business from zero to getting it into the atmosphere. That's all day number 1. That's happening Monday, this Monday. You don't want to miss it, okay? Then you come down here, and these are some of the presentations you'll also get on day number 1, which is exciting. The day number 2 is called Nail It. Okay. So after you've gotten your business off the ground and working, right? You're building a list, you're getting an audience. Day number 2, we talk about nailing it. Okay. Nailing it is like picking the right funnel and how do you launch this thing and execute it on correctly. I'm going to go through 4 different funnel types: lead funnels, unboxing funnels, presentation funnels, and phone funnels. These are the 4 core funnels you have to understand if you want to be successful in this business. I'm going to break them down in excruciating detail so you see exactly what they are, how they work. And we're going to pick one of them that you're going to focus on, just one. And that's what you're going to run with when Two Comical Live is over. And then the third, and then that night we're also going to be doing a live screening of our new Two Comical Club documentary, which is insanely cool. And that's something that's going to change your life. You're going to love that. So documentary is going to give you belief and hope that what you want to do is possible. And then day number 3 is called scaling it. How you take your idea. Now we've got a funnel, we've got a product, and how do we scale it and grow it from where you are today to where you want to be. And that's how you get more traffic, like all the things how do you start building a team? How do you grow? And these are some of the presentations you get on day 3. So it's amazing. Also, there's networking opportunities. Between each session, you have a chance. We break you guys into networking groups. We get a chance to meet a lot of other people, which is really fun. Some people told me that was their favorite part of all. And anyway, a bunch of other cool stuff. So this is the last thing. This is how Two Comical Live works. I don't want you to risk any money unless this is worth it for you. So when you go to twocomicallive.com right now, you come here, you sign up, right? You sign up, and literally if you click on this button right here, it's $0 stay. You pay $0, you go through the entire event, and then when the event's over, then you decide if it was worth it. If you think it's worth it, then don't do anything. It will bill you $197. Okay, so worst case, you pay $200 for it, right? But if you go through the entire event and the end, you're like, that wasn't worth it, or it was confusing, or I didn't like it, it was over my head, it was too fast, it was too slow, it was whatever. Just email us, like, I'm good, I don't actually want the product, and we won't charge you anything. And that way you get a chance to experience it for free. Okay. So again, you can come and experience for 3 days for $0. $0. Make sure you guys understand that. Okay. And you still get the bonuses I talked about. You're still going to get the webinar blueprint bonus. You're still going to get the 10X Secrets blueprint bonus, even if you don't show up, even if you don't like it, even if you refund it. Okay. Or cancel it. Okay. So that's number 1. Now, number 2, for most of you guys who are like, I know I'm in, I'm not going to dabble around. For those who are in 100%, you can actually get $50 discount by prepaying right now. And if you prepay, you also get the replays of the live event until October 11th. So you can watch them. If you missed 1 or 2 sessions, you can watch them over the next couple of days. Anyway, that's kind of how it works. But literally it's $0 to sign up, and then you pay after the event if it's worth it, which is kind of cool. So can you imagine if like movies did that, where it's like, hey, come watch this movie. And then at the end of the movie, you're like, that movie sucked. Like, okay, don't worry about it. You don't have to pay for it. Or like, that movie was amazing. Like, sweet, it's going to cost you $10 or whatever. Right. Or going to a restaurant, you're like, hey, come eat our food. And if you love it, then pay us afterwards. If not, like, don't worry about it. Like, that's literally what this is like. Come to the event for 3 days, experience it. Let me change your life. Let me change your business. Let me change your mindset. Let me fix the things that are holding you back. And after 3 days, decide if it was worth it or not. If it is, sweet, you get billed $200 at the end. If it's not, email us and we don't get billed anything, and you still get to have a chance to experience it all. Plus, you still get the 2 bonuses we talked about before, which is Webinar Blueprint and the 10X Secrets Mastery Program. So that's the game plan, you guys. If you like today's training, I'd love to extend this and go with 3 days with you. I think it'll be so much fun. But now you got to go. It's twocomicalclublive.com. Go get your tickets. Again, $0 down. We start Monday. It starts early in the morning and goes till dinner each night. And it's 3 days. And again, you can bring your spouse, bring your kids, bring your business partner, bring your family, watch it together and experience this. It's something that I'm super proud of and so excited to bring to you. Again, we're walking you step by step through how to launch your company. And for any of you guys who've been stuck, it's probably because you missed a step. Okay. And so we'll go through again. Day number 1 is ignite. Day number 2 is called nail it. And day number 3 is called scale it. And you guys will get the belief that you can do it. You're gonna get the ideas you need. You're gonna get the actual frameworks and things you need to implement it, like all the pieces you need. You're gonna meet people in networking groups who can be business partners and friends and JV partners. Like so much good stuff will come from it. And all you gotta do right now is say maybe. I think Russell's gonna deliver. It's been an hour with me. Man, did I get any ideas from the last hour? Now imagine taking this experience and going for 3 days. I promise you guys, I can change everything for you. But I need you to take the first step. It doesn't cost anything right now. Just go to 2comaclublive.com, put the $0 in, and then come on Monday and experience it. Let me serve you. Let me show you. I know what I'm talking about. Let me show you that I can change your life, and then come hang out, and we will have the greatest time ever. Okay. Again, that's it, you guys. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed today. I had a great time sharing this with you. Hope you got a ton of ideas, different ways to tweak your webinar. And now it's time you guys go to comicalive.com and get your tickets. And then I will see you guys on Monday. Monday we'll be hanging out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm gonna have a chance to mold you and create funnel hackers and business builders and have a lot of fun with you. And again, even if you're like, I don't know if this is for me, if you got entrepreneur kids or family members, bring them. My kids are excited to watch. My kids are into this stuff just like I'm sure your kids are. It's gonna be good. And I appreciate you guys. So if you had a good time today, if you learned something new, then comment down below, say thank you, let me know. Actually, this is the biggest thing. Of all the 7 secrets we shared, what was your biggest aha? Actually, let me turn this off real quick. Let me talk face to face for a minute. Okay, of all the secrets I just shared with you guys, what was your biggest aha? What was the biggest takeaway? What was the thing that was like, that was the piece, like that was the thing that I came for today. That was the hours worth it to me because of this one thing. What was that thing for you? Post in the comments down below and know which one it was. There's 7 we covered. Okay, or maybe it's just like, I need this to get my butt off the couch to actually come to Comma Club Live. Maybe that was the thing. That's the big aha. Let me know. I want to see down here. Oh man, they're flying through here fast. Yes. Cliff notes, social proof, butterfly, switching modalities. So cool. I love it, guys. Sweet. Well, hopefully this hour was productive for you. Hopefully you got a ton of ideas. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Again, now is your chance. Go to comicalclublive.com, get your tickets, and we'll be hanging out again on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to bring the energy. I'm going to bring the heat. We're going to have so much fun, and I'm going to change your business. I'm going to change your life, but you got to take the next step. It's not a scary step. It's literally $0 right now. Just go to the page, 2comicallive, sign up. We'll put these other bonuses. They're not in there right now. We'll put them in the members area. So they'll show up the next day or two in the members area, the webinar blueprint and 10X secrets. So go get in there, get started. And then Monday, the party begins. And let me serve you for 3 days. And then at Wednesday night, you can decide if it's worth it or not. This sound good? This sound fair? All right. Well, I will see you guys on Monday. Thanks, everybody. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.